Guys, it's your boy Level MP. Some of you are gonna come in live. Some of you are gonna see this on YouTube, Twitter. Probably no one watches my fucking YouTube. Let's just be honest. Let's just be fucking honest, guys. No one watches my YouTube. Let me grab my drink. Experience podcast. I'm an experienced podcaster here. Episode 1. Welcome, Level MP. We are streaming this live on Twitch, but this will be replayed on YouTube. Parental discretion is advised. If you see any smoking, any weed, any drinking on any of the episodes, just know it is for that. Please do it appropriate to age. Don't get this is not endorsing. It's not doing like that. Follow the rules. All that good jazz. You know what I'm saying? Disclaimer and shit. I got back pain. I got problems. Whatever. We're gonna lay it all out on the line. All out, guys. All out. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and add the chat. Let me add the chat box into here. Chat box. Not that there's gonna be any chatters because if you, as you know, if you guys know who I am, there's a lot of chatters that come around. That's fine. But for those who don't know who I am, it's time for me to I don't want to say reintroduce myself. Let's move the podcast show kind of like right there. I want to say reintroduce myself, but there's a lot of speculation, a lot of controversy, a lot of no one gives a fuck about Level MP out there. And I want you guys know. If you guys ever meet me in person, you guys know, those of me in person, that I say hi, I'm cordial, I always come up. If I want to meet someone, I go make sure that they know who I am. In the sense of like I don't want them thinking they're meeting like a stranger or anything. So I walk up, I tell them, hey, what's up? My name's Level MP. I'm a big fan. I follow you, whatever. I do that a lot. So if you ever think that I'm weird or think that like when you see my weird tweets or that I act like that in person, those that know me, that hung around me, that really have seen me in person in IRL, just know that I'm not really in the sense, I don't want to say crazy or anything. Well, let me put the alert box in here. Sorry guys. I created a whole new thing here. So, all right, the alert box, those can go off in the corner up there if we get any. That's great. I don't care. All right. So, one thing I want to talk about is the history of kind of where I came from and what I came about and what I wanted to do from a young age when I was in figuring out life or figuring out how to do anything. I don't want to say humble beginnings. I was brought up in Southern California. I actually lived a very humble, good life. And we got to play hockey. Not many people know that about me in the Madden community, unless you're close to me. I was really, really, well, let's say really good at hockey. When I was a teenager, I was playing in upper teams. We got really good. I ended up getting hit by a car when I was 16. 16. It was 2002. The year the Was it 2002? Yeah, 2002. Yep, it was that year because the following year I went and saw the Angels play, which was three. In 2002, I got hit by a car. It totally shattered my ankle, and the ankle was in shambles. The doctors actually thought I'd never walk again. They were like, "Your hockey career is over." I'm like, "No, it can't be." Da, 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 right? And I have a fighter spirit. Like I know maybe I don't come off like that. Maybe I come aggressive, but if you tell me I can't do something, I want to do it. I'm gonna prove you fucking wrong, right? So anyways, I'm out there not even a month and a half, maybe 2 months later, starting to walk. And they told me I'd never walk again back then. They didn't think at home the bone would ever heal and stuff. And in less than 2 months, I was able to start trying to walk. They were very impressed. This probably had to do with I drank a shit ton of milk when I was little. I had a lot of calcium and stuff like that. But anyways, we tried out for teams and stuff like that. On one leg, ended up making it. I had to take a season off in a sense because I couldn't put pressure on my leg. I went to goalie camps up in Toronto with steel plates in my stuff, screws, what have you, all over my ankle. It was really bad. I would never suggest on anyone young to try that. Anyways, we do all that for a few years. Anyways, we get older. And I just realized I can't put my foot in the skate no more. My ankle hurts too much. It's too much trauma. It's just way too much for me to go through at a young age. When I say I'm good at hockey, like I wasn't. like gonna make $1 million. It wasn't gonna be like, oh my god, you're gonna see me being the star of a team. Like it was just like, I can make money doing it, but do I want to live my life in pain? So we put that down. We ended up meeting my wife around this time, and we decided to pack up everything, like idiots, and we moved all the way to Houston. Houston, right? So Houston, Texas. We moved over to Houston, H Town. We had a family member, who took us in. We thought it was gonna be like a legit job, legit whatever. Ended up not turning out that way. But while we were there, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker, guys. While we were there, found out she was pregnant. Right? Us isn't like, oh my god, I've only known you a few months. You're pregnant. We've been together about a year at this point. And so we're kind of like, oh, okay, well, what do we got to do now? Like, okay, I got to lock it down. I got to get a job. I got to get money. I got to get all this stuff. Um, Long term short, I go to IT Tech and I end up getting a job at a printing place called GRI. Gil Reaper Graphics is actually the company. I think they actually have some stuff going on now. Small print shop. If you don't know what a print shop is, it's like a FedEx Kinko's, but for this shop, it's for plans for like construction workers. We print like blueprints and stuff. So that was my job. So I think I was making like 850 or 950 an hour. It was like a buck above minimum wage. I was like, that's a pretty good job to kind of have at the time. I thought, right? That's crazy. 950. That's crazy. Anyways, I start having a kid. And I start realizing kids are really, really expensive, guys. Like, holy crap! I'm like, I can't do this. Anyways, we're at work one day, and Madden. I want to say it was '08 or '09. It's one of those years, '08 or '09. I bring the Madden. No, it had to be earlier than that. It had to be '06 or '07. Yeah, it had to be '06 or '07. We moved out there. It was about a year later. So it had to be '06 or '07. I don't remember exactly what it was, right? But me and the guy at work started playing, and at first, guys, at first he's better than me, right? But I enjoy the game. Like the last Madden I played before this was Madden '04 or something. Me in high school just fucking around. But no, I want to beat this guy. I want to beat him. And so I start studying how to get better at the game. I start playing the CPU, kicking the shit out of the CPU. I'm like, all right, I get it. I get how to play. This is back when CJ2K was on the whatever team he was on, the Titans, wasn't he on? And you could use them and you could just run through people. You just run around, you got some stick, do a spin, do whatever you guys wanted to do. And I nailed it. I figured it out. I was like, boom, I got it. He would get so pissed, he would throw the controller against the wall. He would really get mad. He would never like hit me or anything. But like he would get the rage. And I gotta be honest with you, it opened a gear in me. I said, I can beat people at this game. I figured this fucking game out. I figured it out. And then I kind of learned how to play D. Back then, they had a play called 9 Velcro. Now, only true Madden people, true old heads know what 9 Velcro is. It's kind of like a we can't say the word on some of the social medias, but it's a FAGD. Back in the day is what we would call it, FAGD. It actually stands for fourth and goal. Okay, that's what it originally stood for. You have to take out of context. It can do whatever you guys want to do with that information, but that is what it stood for, right? Fourth and goal. Basically, it was just a D that would back all the line up. There'd only be like one rusher if you knew what you were doing at the quarterback. You drop all your men in coverage, and as long as you could cover the run back, then you could hit stick. They'd fumble. You can do whatever. As long as you could cover the run to user, you weren't really about a regular person running at that time, right? The way people would play is they'd roll out like what they did a few years ago. They roll out, throw deep. But what I learned is that if I control my middle linebacker, I was good enough to cover the middle field and the top like right field and all that middle. I could cover everything. If you go to my YouTube channel, and you watch like one of the highest clips, I kind of talk about it, and I tell people this is what I figured out. So anyways, I'm like, I think I can make money. I started looking up like Madden stuff in H Town, and we come across the H Town. It was like new back then. The I-10, whatever you want to call it, the I-10 tournament in Houston. I go to it, right? Right, a bunch of people there, and stuff. Great underground community. I'm new. I'm like probably the only white motherfucker there, right? And I'm jamming, and these dudes are fucking and this and that. I'm gonna, right? We're having a good time. They're smoking joints, and I'm like, this young kid, this young buck. I mean, they're all kind of young, at the time. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I pay my money, whatever it is, and I get my ass kicked. I'm like, this is a whole nother level, right? I go home, we start playing online, and all of a sudden, Virgin Gaming comes out. And Virgin Gaming, okay, this is gonna be a little bit of a transition. It comes out, I fucking start playing really good. This is around the years that I started knowing who Shocker was. We moved from Houston to Vegas. Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. Huh? We went from Houston to Vegas because I end up leaving my company. I can't really find a job there. I'm not really liking Houston. I drive all the way out to Vegas. Okay. And I get a job there and I start living there. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pick up Madden. This is like '09 right here, around '08, '09 right here, right? And I realized I'm better. I get online. We're playing head to head. This was before Mutt wasn't even a thought, right? So we're top 100. I'm like, oh, I'm doing pretty good, right? We get to know kind of Shocker 360, who's got Madden All Stars at the time. I start watching him. I start watching iMav. I start watching all these creators, and I'm like, I can do this. I can beat these people. I've played these people. I played Shocker 360. I've seen him. I saw his clips. I'm like, he doesn't look that hard to beat or whatever. But anyway, so long story short, I get better and better. I start winning Virgin Gaming games and tournaments here or there. Not a lot. Like, I'm not saying I'm dominating. I'm not like the peak of the peak, but I was no longer like I was gonna win 9 out of 10 of my head to head online games, right? I want to say back then, Virgin Gaming, they were the first that had a ranking system. You had like your top elite, and then you had like your bottom. Kind of like how Player Lounge has the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing. They used to have it through 100, I want to say, and then you would match up and you would see who you play, and so you kind of already knew, all right, this guy's really good. This guy's shitty. I can fucking beat the shit out of this guy. So, anyways, we start playing. When I'm like, I want to start profiting. I want to start realizing how I can help people, how I make money, right? And that's when we got involved with Madden All Stars. And we ran tournaments, we ran leagues and stuff, which is a whole nother subject that we're not going to get into on this podcast. Um, and I start like, oh man, I think I can make a tournament. I think I can make one. They finally released the challenge, the Madden challenge. It's right there, challenge. Now, if you notice, mine says staff. I'm gonna get to that. Mine says staff. There's a reason it says staff. So we're in Vegas. I end up qualifying for the tournament. They take the top 32 or 16, whatever it was back then, whatever it was. I qualified for it. Well, they played the tournament at Legacy Stadium. Legacy Stadium was inside the Venetian. At the time that I qualified for the event, I worked at the Venetian, and you were not allowed as an employee to engage in any of the events, like be a part of, in the sense of like Virgin Gaming's agreement was that no employee that worked at the event can win money or whatever at the thing. So, anyways, Virgin Gaming was actually really chill. They gave me a prize money, not a lot, like compared to what you guys make today. But I was like, all right, cool. And you guys at least hooked me up with a badge so I can get in and kind of hang out. That's where the staff badge came out. We went in, and bro, this shit was off the chain. I'm telling you, this is nothing like the Madden challenge that I go to fucking nowadays. That I just went to, which is the whole point of this fucking thing. Um, we get there early. We're in the back. We're playing money games. We're laying the fucking thing down. I got my back then. I went by DC. I didn't go by MP. I went by DC. My online thing was DCA JWA. It was my wife's name and my name, so they called me DC back then. I had a big old thing about what I was doing, my schemes or whatever. Come in, I start balling. We're playing. A lot of people playing $100, $150 games. I'm low balling. I'm like 5, 10. I'm broke. I just got a kid and all that shit. I got another kid I have a kid that is like 5, 6 at that time, so I don't want to spend too much money, but I want to make money. We start playing money games, throwing it down, and it's fucking great. Like we're just like we're jaw jacking, we're having a good fucking time. Shout out to the 0 viewers watching this live, by the way. Anyways, so we get playing, we get going, we're talking our mess, right? And I win. I start winning money. I won like $100 just in that, right? But anyways, I hear a big old ruckus. We come around, they're down to like the final four, right? But this was great. This is where legends were made. I'm talking about there was glass on this side. You have a person on this side, a person on this side, okay? And you got them jaw jacking. You got them jaw jacking, like whatever they want to say, they were setting. There weren't no holding back. There was no, as long as there was no fisticuffs, anything went, bro. And they went at it. And Problem ended up winning that tournament. Um and it was great because then afterwards you could still play. You got to still play a little bit. Let's still stick around, whatever. So that was the last tournament I technically made live. That was a EA sanctioned, whatever the fuck you want to call it, which was Virgin Gaming, really, right? After that, I was like, you know what? I don't want to build something underground. What's funny is I start getting people that are local around, right? And I ended up finding out that one of the boys that I played with online, like we always battled, and he helped me get better. He's UG Smooth, if you know who that is. I'm not gonna say his government name, but I ended up working with his dad when I first moved to Vegas, and I was just like, "Fuck, it is such a small world." But anyways, we start building up in-game tournaments, and to keep it level, he is a way better tournament organizer than I was. He could get people there. He just had this feng shui about him, his laid back style. He could get people there. Now I was good at like the structure, like what we should do. I was good at the game, right? But I wasn't good enough at a certain point after a certain amount of years when we got down to the nitty gritty to win the end. We started building the underground, and people would come. We'd smoke outside. We had a little spot. It was great, man. You know, we would even like so. What do you want to call it? Like GameWorks would have events, and we would go to their events, and their events suck balls. Like, yeah, they might get 8 people, but you're playing against 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds. We were playing between 18 and 25, 18 and 30, whatever. We could smoke, drink. Even our boy, he made some wings, right? We had wings there. And it was fucking great. It was a great time to play Madden. It was near the end of my reign or whatever you want to say. It was great. It was legendary. We had some other underground ones. We had some people from the Madden bus. He was from Atlanta. He moved out. Yeah, so figure out who that is. I'm not gonna say his name. So I get to know him. It was a great underground scene. It was wonderful. We were like, all right, boom, 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 right? But anyways, life moves on. We started playing tournaments at home. I ended up moving back to SoCal, for personal reasons, stuff like that, right? Everyone's playing at home now. You're winning $1,000 a week in tournaments. Mutt heads starts coming up with shit. I'm like, man, this is shit. I can't keep up with Mutt, and I can't keep up with all this shit. But anyways, I watched the MCS. I'm watching MCS. And I'm like, all right, man, I would love to go to one of these events if they ever do it live again. Well, they did it live this year, guys. They did it live this year. And that brings me to my point. For all 5 people watching, the MCS taught me something this year that I had to recognize. There's different levels to MCS now. This isn't just the MCS that everyone can go party and drink at. Back when I played, this isn't an event from underground where you can bullshit with everyone, have fun, and just drink, smoke, do whatever you want. Right? I'm thinking we're going to Vegas. I'm gonna show up early. Oh man, the boys on Twitter, the boys on Twitch and whatever, they're there early. If I post I'm here early, they'll invite me for a drink. We'll party. Do whatever. We go to the event. We'll go to the event maybe smashed up. I'll probably have to spend the night and go back the next morning. That's the vibe that I thought was gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it level. I'm a very chill, laid back person, so I don't put on this vibe unless you know me, right? Unless you give me a shot, give me a whatever, you then I turn into like the fun, crazy motherfucker, right? I get there, I post, man, I'm here. Who wants to hang out? Guess who hangs out with me? Not one fucking solid person. Not one person. Not one. MP is alone. And it's crazy because I was in that town for 10 years. 10 years. I built the underground a little bit. I won't take all credit for it. 10 years, I went to all the tournaments. I even went out to the one last year for an event, which was actually pretty fun because we got to hang out. I didn't get to drink or anything because I had to go home, but that one was more fun. So anyways, we get there, and I'm like, man, I'm here. What's to do? And there's people on Twitter like, hey, just tag so and so, just tag so and so. And for some reason, I'm thinking maybe they're legit. Maybe they are telling me what to do, and they think that it's gonna happen. Maybe they just don't fucking know that MP isn't in it like that. I'm not in this little circle of everyone. I'm literally on the outside of everyone, right? Now, don't get me delusional. I do know that people know who I am. I've been around long enough that if you hear MP, if you hear Madden's players, if you hear Keep It Level, people are going to know who I am. W even knows who I am, and that's probably one of the people I thought would never know who I am. Now, W doesn't know me in the sense of he knows my name, doesn't know like my family. We're not like best friends. I've been in his chat once. I don't know. I think he's rated me. He's invited me to a show. We're acquaintances online. We and W don't text each other. I'm not saying anything like that, right? But I'm saying I'm not in the sense of going to an event and getting W status. I'm not in the event of going and getting Fender status, of getting any Slim Ghost status, of anything like that. However, they do know who I am, right? They do know who Level MP is. But I'm not of that VIP. I'm not of that level. And I really found that out this time when I went. Because I was thinking, yeah, it's an MCS event. We're going to get drunk. We're going to go. We're going to stumble in. We're going to get fucked up. We're going to have a good fucking time. And I'm going to have to look at pictures to remember because that's what the shit that I used to do used to be. Used to be like that. Right? It really did used to be like that. So we go. Anyways, 4 hours early. I put 20 in the slot. It's gone. It's GG'd, right? It's fine. I got some hours to kill. I'll post that I'm here. I got some hours to kill. Let's go get a drink. No one comes down. No one's around. I'm sitting watching everyone set up. Like, there's a shit ton of EA people that I don't even know. There's camera people. I realized, man, if I want to get a backstage, I better get a media fucking pass. I better do something. But anyways, I start seeing people line up for the MCS event, right? I take a picture, which you see on Twitter. Line up for the MCS or whatever the fuck event, right? I go, I stand in line. I'm like fourth or fifth in line. I've been there fucking 3 hours. I have back pain. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna power through this shit because this shit's gonna be lit. This shit is gonna be lit, right? I stand in line. They start letting people go. Beep. You go through the metal detectors to make sure that we ain't carrying shit. All right, welcome to the future of MCS. We ain't carrying shit. I walk in. That's our own line. Oh, you're in the wrong line. MP, you're in the wrong line. You got to go to red carpet. Why do I have to go to red carpet? That's where they're gonna let you in at 6. All right, cool. Which I walk over the red carpet. I start seeing some people that I recognize. Like I don't know who the fuck I am, which is fine, right? So I see they go in. I saw my boy Fen Dog, right? I'm like, what's up, Fen? Boom. He's dressed to the T. He's dressed nice, right? Fen can be a good looking dude when he dresses up. I'm not gay or anything, but I'm just saying he's a good looking dude. I go say hi to him. Like, what's up? He's like, Level MP, yeah, Level MP, what's up? Oh, gives me a handshake hug. Goes meets his best friend Nick, right? And Nick knows who I am. Cordially, we're not like friends or anything. Nick doesn't message me. Like we're not close, obviously. He just knows who I am. I played in his league when he had one. I don't know if he even knew that or not. He might not have. But me and Mo, Nostradamus interviewed me. I know him through Mo, which also knows him through Fender. So I say what's up. I give him handshakes. He's cordial. Says what's up, whatever, the bro hug. I'm like, cool. I jokingly, because I know they're VIP, because I'm literally dog shit. I can tell at this point. And I'm like, I'm joking. I'm like, save me a seat because I hear there's not in there. They don't probably pay attention to me. So they go in, right? They go in, do their thing. And so I'm sitting there and I'm talking to people that are coming by. Hey, what's this event? Oh, man, it's MCS. You know what this is? I never heard of it. No, Maddie never heard of the game? Nah, they only here because of the NFL. No, it's Madden. It's the whole game. Yeah, it's like the best two in the world. Oh, really? Yeah. So anyways, start jaw jacking, whatever. People are literally getting videotaped about what they think about the event. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there with a cane and broken back, sitting just chilling, waiting. Like, hey, maybe someone wants to interview me. Like maybe someone's gonna tell him that's Madden's player. That's MP. He's played this game 20 plus years. He's dedicated, his free time, his life, his money, his whatever to it. No, but no hard feelings. They want to get good family vibes, good whatever. I feel you. No worries. So we start seeing some other people come up. We saw Pop. Code Pop comes up. Pop is a real chill guy. He's very low key, very low chill. I met him at another event. I went up to him respectfully and I said hi. Right. If I got a lot of respect for you, I'm gonna come up and say hi to you. Right. So I come up. I'm off to the side. He's actually come up with his family. And I was like, hey Pop, what's up? I'm just literally saying what's hi. Like I didn't think he was gonna do anything. What does Pop do? The man that Pop is, the motherfucker walks over and shakes my hand. He literally walked over from his family and shook my hand and said, hey, how's it going, MP? Thanks for coming to the event. I'm glad to see you. And I said, I'm glad to see you too, Pop. Wish all your success. I stepped back, let him be with his family and stuff, right? I did notice that Pop did not go in, right? He waited back with his family. I have a feeling that he did that because Pop was going to be let in, or maybe his family wasn't. I don't know. I really don't know the reason. But Pop was hanging back. I noticed he was hanging back. Some people were hanging back. I'm sitting there and I'm chilling, right? I'm just chilling, like, fuck, my back is killing me. I'm standing for now there almost an hour. I have to wait till 6 to get in, but it's not making sense because it says red carpet. I figured out that I'm not red carpet. I'm jokingly messaging between the MCS person that runs it, which I know who it is now. But I'm like, hey, let me get VIP, let me get a seat. Oh yeah, they're sitting in there, man. They're sitting, cool. I can't stand because my back, blah blah blah. And it's like, I'll give me the VIP, jokingly, whatever, right? But anyways, at the time, I didn't know who ran MCS stuff at the time, like the account. I really didn't. But anyways, time goes on. I'm standing there. I look and I see an old head there, and it's none other than RG. Now, RG may not know this, but I have been to events when we were kids. I won't say kids, when we were younger, I guess, right? So I have seen him, but I have never actually introduced myself to him in that moment of time. I sit there and go, you know what? This might be my only chance. This might be my last MCS that I ever go to. I have a lot of medical conditions, whatever. So I walk over there and pay attention to all of this that happens, right? I walk up and I'm like, hi, RG. My name is MP, level MP. I've always been a big fan of yours. I got a lot of respect for another old head. His phone rings. Now pay attention. His phone rings. He says, hey man, I'm sorry, I gotta take this. And I was like, oh, no problem. I step aside, like probably 10 feet, 15 feet aside, right? I'm sitting there, I'm chilling. This man, RG, finishes his phone call, steps away from whoever group he was with, walks over to me and says, man, I'm really glad to see that you showed up for this event, and I'm glad you're here, and thank you for your support. Is everything gone well? Is everything good? I'm like, yeah, man, it's okay. They really didn't know where to let me in. They told me to come over the red carpet. I'm really confused. I'm really concerned because I can't stand a long time. I just kind of let them know, like, the gist, like, I'm fine, but whatever, And RG, being the fucking legend that he is, he goes, I'm gonna make sure you're taken care of, right? Okay, I feel you, RG. He walks up, tells people what's up, or whatever. He comes back to me while I'm talking with someone else. He goes, I just spoke with them. If you have any trouble getting in, you let me know and I'll come back out personally and let you in. That is above and beyond. That's great. That's great. So, anyways, we stand out there longer. See some other people go in. Some announcers that don't know who I am, whatever. They walk in, walk by. They do know who I am, but they don't know who I am, kind of thing, right? I walk on by, I see people. I see legends walk by. I see everything. It's great. So, anyways, it turns 6 o'clock, and I'm like, all right. They told me to go through the red carpet. So what am I gonna do here? I'm like, hey, they told me to enter here. Like, no, it's over there. And I'm like, yeah. Every time I go over there, though, they send me over here. And the same thing with the other people. And they go, oh, okay. Let me go talk to them. And they go talk to them, and they finally let us in. Right? They finally let us in, and they give us. You can't see. I don't think it will glow anymore. But they give us one of these finally. We go through the line. Nothing beeps on me. You go in the line. We get that. And then yeah, that's what we got. We got the bracelet that you see right there in MCS. It's going blue, pink, whatever the fuck you wanted to go, right? Standing in line, they let all these people go in front of us. Then we go in. I walk in there. And I've been to, like I said, I've been to underground events that you guys are gonna, when we rewatch the podcast I talked about. I've been to people getting fucked up. I've been to a whole bunch of shit. But I walk in there expecting to see a lot of Madden legends, expecting to see a lot of Madden people that I've wanted to see over the years of going to MCS events or seeing them flash across the screen. I walk in there, I do my due diligence, right? I kind of look for a seat. They're all taken. They're all taken when I walk in there. And I'm walking in there with a cane, the blue cane, right? I'm like, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm here. I'm gonna tough this bitch out. Fuck it. I got to do it, man. Whatever. I want to see this event. But let's rewind a bit before I walk in because I got to give this guy a lot of props. I walk in, and to the left, I see Henry. Okay, I see Henry. I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, what's up, MP? I'm like, Henry knows who the fuck I am. Like, he don't follow me. Like on Twitter, he don't follow me, which probably a PR move. It's fine. But he's like, what's up, MP? I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, good luck. He's like, all right. I'm like, hey, can you say keep it level when you win? I'm joking. I don't expect him to say it. If I ever tell you that, I just kind of joke around, like, because I always want it to be said. But I don't be the one to say it. He's like, yeah, man, cool, whatever. Like, fuck you, you old man. Right? Like, what would you say if you're 20 and you got a almost 40-year-old saying keep it level? Like, it'd be kind of weird. I understand. But anyways, Henry's kind of cool. So he said hi, realized who I was. I walked downstairs, which again was a pain in the ass for me because again I'm walking downstairs with the cane, and so anyways we gotta walk all the way downstairs. It's probably like 30 stairs, right? Walk all the way down. And then you get there and it's like a you got a flat stage. You got two stairs. You got a bar on the left, a bar in the back, and a bar on the right, and the whole stage is up front. We walk in. I start looking for a chair. Like I said, not a chair. I stand. I'm like, I gotta find a place to stand. I walk down to the second level. I look to the right. I see Fendler, and I'm like, there's no chairs over there. I think there was someone sitting next to Fendler. I didn't know who it was at the time, but I think it was Pop's wife. So I walk over there. I'm like, hey, what's up, fan? Who you going for? Jaw jacking, whatever. Whatever. So I'm like, cool, boom. I didn't know the other guy who was sitting with. I didn't really know them, so I was like, all right, let me walk away. I don't want to assume that I'm just invited to be with someone. Like I'm never on that level. I don't take pictures to try and be like, hey, I'm with someone or whatever, right? I step over to the side and I'm just standing like, fuck, where am I gonna sit? I'm trying to see who I know. No one. Literally, I'm looking. I'm like, I don't recognize most of these people. I've said hi to everyone I know, right? A lot of the standing room only people, when I was talking to them, they didn't even know what Madden was. They were just like, I don't know, man. They sold these tickets and I went with it because I was at the experience. I'm like, where's all the legends that won Madden before? Like, where's all the people? Like, don't you get free invites? Don't you guys invite them out? Like, I'm expecting to meet these people. I'm out or whatever. I realize Joke wouldn't be there because he's retired and doesn't even fuck with Madden people no more. Um, but where's all the other like winners? Like, where's Problem getting flown out? Problem lives like a half an hour from where I live, so it's really not that far to get him out there, right? Um, but like I'm expecting like maybe Pavin. Pavin might be there. I'm a Raiders fan. It'd be cool to meet Pavin. Maze runs online tournaments. Maybe Maze will be there, right? W might be there. I saw him flash the thing that he's there. Maybe W's there. We'll say hi to him. No one, right? No one. I'm like fucking no one. You know who I do see though? A lot of EA executives in suits, and they're walking around. I see the person that emailed me about the Darwin thing, and I'm like, do I go up to him and say thank you? Well, does he even know who the fuck I am? Does he give a fuck? Right? Like, I just don't know. So I'm like, well, you know what? I came here to watch the Madden thing. So let me just focus on watching the Madden thing. So I message the EA account real quick, and I'm like, hey, it's really tough for me to stand for all these hours. Can someone get me a chair? Anything? I'm dying. And he's like, and the person responding, I'm never gonna say who it is. I know who runs it now, but they're like, I'm trying to get you a chair, man. It's so packed in here. I'm like, all right, I'll tough it. We're good. It comes out, energy's on the stage. The guys with the mic, hey, welcome to MCS and da 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 and da da da. We're playing for da 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 and da da da. And they got all their fucking hand warmers and they're fucking hitting it together, smacking it together like we're at a fucking rally thing for the Angels back in the fucking early 2000s, right? One of those it's a little plastic slap things. Anyway, so the energy is pretty high. I'm pretty psyched up for it. I'm like, all right, I'm ready. Are you lucky? I ain't playing. I'm going for the bill. Like, I'm ready. Like, it's hype. I'm not gonna lie. All right, but it is packed, and I'm tall, so I'm like, there's people in front of me. I'm looking over them. I'm literally watching this. I'm not even gonna shit you guys. So where the stage is, I can't see Henry. Okay, but I can see I can't even fucking think of the other guy's name right now. I feel bad. I can't even think of the other guy's fucking name. Anyways, can't see Henry, but you know what? I can see a 32-inch screen. I can't see the big screen because that's only for people that got there early and get to be in the center, or with the media, get to sit on the right. You don't get to see the big screen, or you can sit way in the back and see the big screen. But I want to see this shit live. I'm sitting there and I'm just watching on a 32-inch monitor, watch, and the game was fucking exciting. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you, it was a good game of Madden. So they get through the first half, right? I'm still looking like let me go say hi to people. Let me network. Let me see what's up. I'm looking around. Um, and so halftime, I don't see no one as halftime hits. I walk up the steps. I'm stumbling. I'm in so much pain. I'm starting to cry. There's a bench next to where you go to the bathroom at. So anyone at the event knows what I'm talking about. There's one. So I sit there, and RG comes up again. Great man. RG comes up and goes, "Hey man, are you okay? Like, are you good?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna rest here until the thing. I can't stand, man. I can't stand that long. I got major back pain. Like, right." So, anyways, I sit there, I chill, whatever. And then I heard, oh, Derwin James is there. And I'm like, cool, whatever. That guy didn't want to play me. We're not going to get into that. He didn't, it's not that he didn't want to play me. I'm joking. I'm joking. But anyways, I was like, I'd be cool to meet him and kind of see who he was. Anyways, time goes on. I'm like, all right, it's probably going to kick off. I step down and I see before they come back from a half that they introduced some ghosts. I'm like, oh, that's some ghost right there. Cool, cool. I've chatted with him online. He seems like a cool guy, like whatever. He knows who I am. So we walk over there. Right before I get to say hi to him, there's another couple that says hi. So I stand back. I'm respectful. I don't like jumping their shit. I wait. Some ghost is such a fucking good man. He sees me on the corner of his eye. Waits till they're done. He steps, I don't want to say like through them, but like next to them says, "Hey MP, what's up, man? It's glad to see you. I hope you're doing well." Me, I'm like, "Hey man, what's up? I'm so happy you got the award. I'm happy to see what you're doing for the sport, how you're growing it. Really impressive to see. I like it. I like that stuff, right?" And so he's like, "Cool, cool." I didn't realize this at the time, so this is hindsight of me seeing this later. Next to him was Derwin James, which I didn't pay that much attention to. Because he was all sudden he went to turn to introduce me, I think, to him, and Derwin walked somewhere because they were going to tell him something. He's like, "Oh," and you can see Slim kind of like, "Oh." I'm like, "All right, Slim, what do you think? I'm gonna walk back over here." But it's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you. So I walk back, and I end up watching the rest of the game. Right? Bomb finale, bomb finish, whatever. I'm like, "Oh man, that was a good game, bro." So people walk out. The buddy that was gonna show up didn't actually show up for because he couldn't for like parking reasons, whatever. I started looking to see if I noticed anyone else. Someone said they saw me and said hi. Um, they didn't. I couldn't recognize them. They walk out. There's only a few of us, maybe like 30 people in there at the time. I walk up to Fender. Again, I like to be respectful. So if I say hi to you and I see you, I want to make sure I say bye to you. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna go over there and say bye. It's all good. I walk over there to Finn. I'm like, "Hey, Finn, man." And he goes, "Level MP, level MP." I'm like, "How'd you like it?" "Level MP." Well, it's like, all right, man. Like, how'd you like the game? Like, what? Did you enjoy? He's like, "Yeah." And he asked me, like, "How'd you like it?" I'm like, "Oh, it was good. Like, I really like games that are back and forth, like turnovers, interceptions, his sick fumbles. Like I love that shit. Like, it's not just a 58-0 blowout. It's fucking entertaining. It was great." And so we're like, "All right, cool." And then out of the corner of his eye, he sees Nick walk by. He's like, "Hey, Nick, are you free?" And da da da. Nick's like, "No, they're gonna kick everyone out." And da da da. I'm like, "All right, cool." So I'm like, "Well, it's ending." I'm like, "It's over." So I'm like, "All right, man. I'm gonna head out. I got a 3.5 4 hour drive home, right? Because I went there the same day. And I'm just driving home." All right. So I say bye to Fendler. I say bye to Nick, and this is how we say goodbye to Nick. I'm like, "Hey, Nick, man, good show." "Yep." "Yeah, great, man. You did a good job, man. I'm glad to see you." "Yep, yep." "All right. It was by the way, good game in the safe." "Yep." All right. You're working. I get you. All right. See ya. Say bye to him. I look at Pop. Pop's already. He's like, "Hey, say bye, man." Boom. I'm like, "All right. Hi, Pop. Great. And then his wife is next to him. I don't want to be rude, so I'm like, oh, are you Pop's wife? And she says yes, lovely lady. And I go, great, nice to meet you. I'm MP. And Pop's like, yeah, it's MP. And I don't think she knows who I am, so she's just like, okay. And then there's a person sitting next to her, and I didn't recognize them. But again, I don't like to be rude, so I'm like, hey, I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm MP. And at the time, the microphone's like, like the screech sound. So I don't know if you heard who I am, but he said it. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm taking off. Peace, deuce, whatever. Right, we're out. So, anyways, I'll try to find RG real quick to be like, hey, I'm out. I didn't see him, so I'm like, all right, he's probably busy. It's fine. We walk up the fucking steps, which again, my back is fucking killing me at this point. I've just stood for however long, right? So we make up the stairs. I walk out. They hand me this football right here. All right, laser going Rams, yeah, right. And I hear SRO to the left. I'm like, I'm not, whatever. Like, anyways, I walk all the way around the wrong way. I'm fucking like, all right, I'm gonna go home. Call the wife, and I'm like, hey, I'm on the way home. How's the event? Oh, I'll tell you when I get there. We get some food. We get some carne asada fries. If you're in Vegas and you don't go get some carne asada fries from the Mexican place that's out there, you are insanely wasting your time. I went out there and got that, filled up my gas tank, drove my 3.5, 4 hours home. I'm like, man, cool, man. I'm glad I finally went. Oh man, like I did something. It wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't how I seemed. I thought we were gonna get fucked up. I thought there was gonna be a party. I get home. I turn on the TV. I take my medicine. I'm like, I'm chilling. I open up my Twitter, and all I see is MCS after party. And that's when I start thinking to myself, who is LVLMP to Madden's community? Who is it? Was this a private party that only certain people got in? Was there no one there that could be like, MP, where are you going? And we're gonna have an after party. We're gonna have Green Day, and we're gonna have drinks, and we're gonna hang out, man. I'd love for you to stick around. Not one person. And it just got me thinking, like, have I not left like a good mark? Have I not been a good person to the community? Have I not tried to put on events? And I mean, I put on events where no one showed, and no one showed. I kept trying to get 2, 3, and then I would get 10. I eventually did it. And then I'd have no shows, or I put on online events and people wouldn't show up. And I would always tell myself, no, it's okay. I would stream for years and no one would show up. And I'd be like, no, it's okay. You matter. You're going to matter. Right? You're going to matter. You're going to influence that one person. You're going to do it. Right? I would always tell myself that. I'd always show up. I'd always be there. It's going to matter to someone. Someday, someone's going to see how hard you work for all for this, MP. One day, someone's going to see all this and it's going to be worth it. But in that moment, I realized I'm not of the Madden community in that aspect no more. I'm not of MCS people. I'm not of the top commentators. I'm not of the VIP members that get invited. I'm not of all that stuff, right? And I'm like, okay, like I realize that I'm not of that stuff, right? And I'm like, this game has changed. I see your comment, Filthy. This game has changed. Like back in my day, I didn't care who came. Like I wanted them to have a good time. There's even a time someone came to my event, guys, and they didn't have enough money to pay. They were $10 short. And I wanted them to experience the event so much. I was like, you know what, man, have my spot. I'll pay for you. I'll pay for your friend. I just want you to experience the game of Madden. I want you to have a good time. But to go to the event, to be invited was I felt an honor. I was like, I've always wanted to go to the actual MCS event. I thought it was an honor. But I realized when I got home and I was in that moment and I'm seeing all this Green Day fly up and these people drinking and these people showing, I'm like, maybe I'm just a viewer. Maybe I'm just a number. Like I realize that the people that know me that come around my content all the time, they know me. Like they know that I'm not like that. They know that I'm not like that, right? They know that I fuck with you. I fuck with you. Like I don't try to be half-assed with people. Like I know a lot of people, but if I don't like you, I won't act like I like you. In the sense of that, right? Like even if you know me, you know that. So it was just a feeling I got in that moment that was like, it is okay for me to walk away from Madden right now because I'm not accepted in these groups anyways where I thought I was. Wasn't. I've spent 20 years trying to get to that level of recognition where I can hit the go live button. I could be one of those people. I could. And I know certain people that have helped me get to that level, and those people know who they are. And I appreciate those people because seeing that screen of those people at that event and me knowing I've talked to them, I've shook their hand, I've sat with them, they've called me friends, they call me brothers. But not one of them, not anyone there could have said, MP, stick around. MP, you don't have to drive home. MP, let me get you a drink. Let me get you a shot. Let's get fucked up. Not one person. All right, have a good day. See you later. It's just eye opening. I get home and I'm like, I don't need to put no more money in Madden. I don't need to. We switched over to darts, which is the ERB in here. People that have come around my dart streams from Madden community, from darts community, come over and they hang out, they sub, they talk, they get me in groups, they make me feel included. Now, I don't go to a lot of people's streams anymore. I don't hang out on a lot of people's streams. I really don't. I'm really bad at that. And I got to get better at that, but some things are changing. So if I don't always hang out on people's streams, I apologize. I don't expect everyone to come here all the time. I've learned that, but I learned to know the fake from the real in that moment. I realized it. And I'm realizing it now. Like, I'm I'm not a staple in the Madden community. I'm not of the top. There's someone in this chat right here that spent more money in Madden than I have in my whole career. Right? And they don't get the recognition they deserve, and they should. Because you play for the love of the game, the integrity of the game. You want to go to the Madden, the MCS to see people, to vibe, to network, to get fucked up. Not to go there and stand for 3-4 hours and be in pain. Not to be, you know, that's true, yeah, not to be invited to an after party, not to be any of that. It just kind of hit me, and I was like, you know what? It is time to move on to greater things. Like, I'm not Dubby. Like, I'm not someone that can make an income from Madden from my streams. I'm not any of those people that can make that, right? I'm not a Henry. I'm not anyone that can make that substantially happen for me right now. But I felt that I've been playing Madden long enough. I've been around long enough. I have enough videos, enough tournaments, enough undergrounds, enough Virgin Gaming events, enough repetition, enough people know me in EA to be accepted, to have a drink, a shot, come hang out with us. But not one person did that, I really realized this game has changed. This community has changed. I'm not saying it changed for the worse or anything, but us old heads, it's not like it. Like we used to go and drink and get fucked up and have a good time. Like, unless you're in that circle, unless you in that circle, you're really not in that circle. You're really not. There's levels to this now. There's executive levels to this. There's all this stuff. It's not just that. So what I'm trying to get to is I don't really look forward to going to MCS events anymore. Like I once did. I don't. If there's an EA event down the street, I think I'd rather sit here and play with my boys online and drink and get fucked up and have a good time. Not go to MCS and stand for 3 hours and not. I want to say not have a good time because the game itself was good, but the event around it was horrible. Like, I could have had more fun sitting here drinking, watching the thing. I could have had more fun drinking, smoking, getting fucked up, maybe playing my own games on the side, maybe playing in other tournaments to make money. Maybe all that rather than taking half a day off work, I drive down with no money. I didn't have it. I had to end up I ended up having to get my son glasses, which is why I didn't have money. We had to rotate our money around so he could see. I sacrificed some stuff. I sold some stuff to make it to the event. And it was just a letdown at that. And like, And we're not drinking. No one's in a hotel room getting fucked up. And if they were, I wasn't invited. Like it was just like, all right, we learned there's different levels, and I'm learning to be okay with that now. I'm learning when the next Madden comes out, I'm not gonna be one of those. I'm gonna buy it because I love Madden. I love the game of Madden, but I have to know that I'm not gonna. I'm not on the MCS level. I want to make it MCS and I want to fuck people up because I have a passion for the game, but I'm no longer gonna let them run my life. I'm no longer gonna be like, hey, give me this card. Hey, send me to the event. Hey, what's up? Because they don't care. And the people that get invited to the VIPs or whatever, maybe they don't care either. Maybe someone was trying to fight for me to hang out with me or stick around, but I don't know because I don't get that feeling. So the events that come up, when NCAA comes out, when Madden comes out, we're gonna have fucked up streams. We're gonna get fucked up, and we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna grow a fun community. And we're still gonna do that with these darts, with these streams, because you know what? That's what gaming is about. It's not about making $1 million. It's not about being the fucking greatest in the fucking world at the game. You know what it's about? It's about the community. It's about the people that sacrifice to hang out. It's about the people that work 9 to 5, come home and have a beer and just want to play a few hours. It's about the people that drop a fucking rubber band on the bitch trying to pull some shit and they don't, but they still continue to try. That's who it's about, right? That's who it's about. That's who I'm taking shots for. That's who I'm hanging out with. That's why I fucking continue to stream for that community that still exists. For those people. For the people that still come home and they want the regs to come back because it's the love of the game, not the anamorphic motherfucking shit of Spider-Man abilities that make you move around the screen. I want to play so I can hit stick a motherfucker. I want to pick six a motherfucker. I want to juke a motherfucker so hard that he fucking never wants to play Madden again because he's in tears. But I want to do that because my stick skill is so good, not because I have a spinorama or a juke stick. I don't want to beat a guy because he can't afford to get a juke stick or the next card. I want to beat a guy because I'm better. Even in darts, in any game, in bowling, in anything, I want to beat a motherfucker because I am better than that motherfucker. Not because that motherfucker can afford the card, can afford the time, can afford all that, but because his skill level is better. I don't want dropped interceptions when he throws it twice to triple coverage. I don't want him running in a hole that's crowded and he breaks 5 tackles because he's got a fucking X Factor lit. I don't want none of that bullshit in the game. It ruins the game. Now the game needs it right now because the game is so ass. You got to sell to these kids with these Pokemon and this shit. Because guess what? No one's won a belt under 25 since fucking Dubby. I think Dubby was the last one to win it that was older than 25. The person that just won the belt can't even drink. Like, I'm telling you, man, the game has changed, the community has changed, and you know what? LVLMP needs to change. I'm gonna focus on me, but that is the story of MCS and what I went to and how I feel. Now, for those that know me IRL and don't feel that way, I want you to know I love y'all. Thank you. For those supporters in chat that have either a diamond or a pencil thing next to their name, thank you. Those are the people I like. Those are the people that fucking come around and feel me. For the people that do take shots with me, that do drink a beer, that do light up and smoke with me. Thank you. You are the reason I want to continue going. And I can guarantee you from this day forward, you will not see me ask EA for another ticket unless I earn it. You will not see me asking for a card. You will not see me retweet them winning a card because the community that does not support me, that does not lift me up, that does not invite me to take shots, drinks, or after parties, does not deserve me to retweet their stuff. Does not deserve that. They just don't. The people that come around and hang out and get to know me, those are the people that matter. And those are the people that are going to benefit from my tournaments that I run, from my hangouts, from my sub stuff, all the stuff that's coming. I hope you guys realize. Now, I got to get to bed because I got to go to work tomorrow. But I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank everyone who does tune in, who has watched this podcast, who is on my Twitter, who's about to see this in a little bit, I want y'all to keep it level. I want y'all to not squander your dreams, but do your dreams for you. Do them for you. Don't let other people squander your dreams. Always keep it level. I hope to see you guys on the next podcast. That's my MCS story. My name was LVLMP. Reminding you, it's not about being the best, but it's about being better than you were yesterday. And I do mean always.